left it on. Dam's already in there. How are you,
Am I
boys?
like a thumb again? Am I too close like Jimmy T?
G'day, mate. How are you going?
You are a thumb.
You are a thumb, John.
Definitely are a thumb. How are you, boys?
Good, mate. How you going?
I've been better, man. I've been better. They call me Mr. Home Team.
Mr. Home Team?
Mr. Home and away.
I don't know why I look so dark. What the heck's going on?
Yeah, you're light on, man. Where's your Hollywood light?
I don't know why it's so dark. Anyway, we'll just have to... Who knows?
You're a dark guy, man.
I'm a dark guy. How are you, boys? Welcome to the show. If you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Guys, look, breaking news before we go into the games. Breaking news out of the Gold Coast today. Stewie Dew has been sacked last night.
Gone.
Pretty much. Last week we had Caroline Wilson come out and say that there's rumblings happening in the club, and and then the next day, I think it was Mark Evans, the CEO, comes out and says, "No, it's all good. We're going to keep with Stewie, and he's going to be fine." And then next Monday comes and he's fired. Like, I understand that you're not seeing results, but to do that to someone, to give him the backing a week before and then fire him the week after, I think that is a dog act. And if you're going to be fucking truthful, just say the truth straight away. Don't fuck around. Like, that's someone's life you're playing with. And, that's my opinion on the matter. But feel sorry for Stewie. Gold Coast is just one of those teams that they're just Gold Coast. There's nothing exciting really about them. They're always struggling. It's just one of those places where, it's a hard place to get success from.
Okay.
So,
yep.
Yeah, sad day for Stewie Dew. We feel for him here at HFD. So there's always a spot on the panel here if he wants to come. And Stewie,
there's always
they're
an AFL team still, the Gold Coast. They're a AFL back team still from the same as the old days, are they?
Basically they get basically.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a sad day, and for him, just the way it came about, I just think could have been handled a lot better. Like, let him know. Like, how did Caroline fucking Wilson know that he's about to go? So anyway.
Yeah, they tell her everything. She gets all the inside goss.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Junior G, anything on that?
I feel like the Gold Coast was stagnating a bit. You could sense a change coming, but I probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger in round 17. I don't think he was doing that badly to deserve the sack right now. I thought they have put performances in. They did really well against the Doggies and the Crows of late as well. And they actually were leading the Port Adelaide at halftime, so it wasn't all doom and gloom. He's put some good youngsters through.
Yeah.
But I reckon they should have pulled the trigger at the end of the season. I don't think making the decision now is going to fix anything right now. I don't think they're going to play finals anyway. So, look, Stewie G seems like a nice bloke. Obviously, he's an ex-Port player, so I don't really have too much affection towards him. But, look, you don't like to see anyone lose their job. And Stewie G really tries hard as a coach, and you can see his passion when he coaches on the TV. So good luck for Stewie in the future, and I think Gold Coast need to change anyway, but I think it was a bit, should have done it at the end of the season.
I'm kind of thinking they acted on this because Hardwick's now available and wants to coach. So does Hardwick now go straight into that team? Like, what do you reckon happens there?
Well, I think Hardwick really wants the Port Adelaide job, to be fair, and he's sort of hoping Hinkley's. I'm sort of thinking, he's thinking Hinkley might walk after this season.
Well, I think that's the only way. I think that's the only way Hardwick gets a Port Adelaide job is if Hinkley wants to change scenery and he actually wants to move on his own accord. Don't think Port Adelaide will want I don't think Port Adelaide will want Hinkley to leave, but that's the only way Hardwick gets to Port. But now that the job is open in the Gold Coast, there, I mean, you know, I would be if I was Gold Coast, I'd be looking at Hardwick. I mean, he's a three-time premiership coach. He's got the credentials and a coach to get them to finals. But
it's a real lifestyle change though, the Gold Coast as well. So it's if you go there, the teams that are in the NRL as well, it's difficult to be a coach in the Gold Coast because it's not a footy town as well. It's a tourist destination. So going there would have to be like he'd have to go to his family. Okay, we're ready to make a big lifestyle change, and living on the Gold Coast is so much different to living like in the heart of footy territory in Melbourne. So and even Adelaide, like Adelaide's a football town, so it would be easier to coach there. Where Gold Coast is, it's not easy for any football coach to coach in the Gold Coast.
Yeah, no. Well, look, commiserations to Stewie Drew. I hope I know that he'll probably find another home somewhere else, and he's got good footy. You know, he's a good footy person, and all the best luck to you, Stewie. Look, what a round of footy it was. I don't know what game you guys want to start with. It's up to you guys. What do you want to do? Do you want to go Crows, Port?
Let's get the Crows out of the way.
All right. So, look, we did a watch-along on this one. It was the Bombers versus the Crows at Marvel Stadium. It was 17-13, 115 to 15, goal 797. It was a bit unexpected. I would have to say that, that game was unexpected. I didn't think the Bombers would come out and play the way they played. And all credit to the Bombers, man. They look great. The Crows look flat.
Yeah, well, look, the Bombers, to be fair, played a great game of footy. They always, from the first bounce, look really composed and really good pressure and really good ball skills. And they always sort of kept Crows at arm's length when it comes to the scoreline. Crows made a little bit of a charge late, but, you know, it was never going to make this the result different. It's just a worrying theme with the Crows. We just can't win away, and we look like gods at Adelaide Oval, and then away we seem to struggle. And to be brutally honest, if you want to be competitive in the finals, you have to win away from home. So. There's still a good chance the Crows can make the finals, but hopefully we can make an impact even if we've got this wretched away form. Look, my hat goes off to Essendon. They played really well. I think the whole team just played out of their skin. So, you know, they haven't seen the Bombers play like that for a long, long time. The Crows, I think flat is a little bit harsh. I think we played some decent footy. I just think Essendon were just way too good on the day, and the Crows did chuck a lot of things at them, and Essendon had answers for everything. There was a lot of good individual performances. I mean, Parrish and Merritt, you know, I think they got nearly 80 possessions between them. So they just ran that midfield. Crows, we just can't win away from home, boys. And, it's just... I hope it changes down the track. This could be a transitional year for us. Obviously, we're above expectations in the ladder from where most pundits put us this year. So we are definitely improving each year under Nix. So maybe it's going to take maybe one more year for us to get our away form right. So 4 points loss, and we move on to GWS this weekend.
I think Rochelle only had 0 goals, 15 disposals. Didn't really have much of an impact. Taylor Walker, 2 goals too. For his standards, that's a bit low, isn't it? Rankin only had 2 goals. I think Rankin struggles away as well. Doesn't look as lively as like he does when he's at Adelaide Oval. Yeah, so, and then, like, your highest ball getter was Rory Laird with 31. Dawson still had a good game with 28. But Zach Merritt had 39. I think he was the best on ground. For me, Heppel was good. Peter Wright, big Peter Wright was good. 3 goals, 3.
Yeah, even McGrath down back was good as well for them.
McGrath was good. He had 31 touches. Parrish had 39. They just made it was just slick ball movement by the Bombers. It's like they were just electric, especially in that first quarter. They were just and Crows were just playing catch up pretty much all game. And look, it's concerning.
Even in the third quarter, we dominated, but their defense was so composed. Then they hit us with 2 late goals in that third quarter to just kill the game off. So man, they played both ends of the footy really well.
Yeah, and Langford was up forward. He's a gun up forward.
He wasn't even a forward last year, I don't think, man. He was like a wingman.
Nah. Yeah, he was. Yeah. So, I mean, a good find for the Bombers to see. I mean, if he can kick you 40 to 50 goals a year, that's a big win for the Bombers. And Martin for the Bombers was really good as well, I thought. So
yeah, second-year player. He's become a really good player for them.
Yeah, so the only disappointing player for the Bombers is probably Stringer. He was pretty quiet, and he had 8 disposals, 1 goal. So you would think that if they want to really go far in finals, you need Stringer to really be playing his best. So, but other than that, they played really well. Redmond in the back line was really good. I thought Philthorpe didn't do much. Sloan tried, but there was a lot of errors that Sloan did.
He did.
Yeah, so I reckon.
I think you heard you ask him, telling him he should retire during the game.
Yeah, look, I get emotional when we're losing, and I say stupid stuff, and I don't mean it, Rory. You're a good player, and you're having a good season, mate. I just get upset. So.
And I think your best defender was probably Hinge. Hinge was probably one of your best in the back line.
Yeah, sloppy kicks, but he finds the footy, man, and he's normally more composed and more accurate. But he did pass a few stray kicks. So
yeah, so I think
it's credit to the pressure of the Bombers. You know what I mean? So
and I think Phillips has got 1 week ban. He O'Brien, so he's out
for that hit. He got a week, did he?
He got a week for that hit. So
yeah, I think he got him in the chin with his shoulder.
Yeah, so that's a week out for him. What do you think, King? Did you think the Crows? Do you think the Crows are gonna do anything in the next couple? Are we gonna see? What are we gonna see in the next couple of weeks for the Crows? Like, it's hard to.
I don't know. They're back at home again this weekend, I think it is, and but I think we've seen probably the best performance. Well, we've watched a lot of Essendon games this year, and that was probably the best Essendon performance this year.
Yeah.
So if that's what they can produce, like in the finals, they're right up there. That's for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
So they can take it on with the best. But
I agree because like you said, they nearly beat Port, and I think they match up well with Collingwood. So Essendon, it could be a dark horse.
Could be. 100%. Yeah, he's coaching them really well. He's got them going really well. So just like I'm trying to stick with Johnny with the Crows, but it's just
you're nice.
I'm still saying top 4, but even now it's like they've gone into the 9th spot, and they're going to struggle to make the 8 if they don't start winning some games. So
you're too nice. King of the North.
I've been on the train, Johnny, but what can we say?
We still got West Coast away, so that could break out hood of away games before the finals.
Don't get beaten by West Coast, whatever you do.
Are these both teams? Do you think now with the fixture, do you guys think the Crows are making finals, or do you think they fall out?
I think we just make it. Yeah, I think we make it.
You know why I think you just make it? Because you play West Coast in that last game, and I just think percentage is going to get you through. So
yeah, we do have that, and we also have a lot of those clubs playing each other a lot to the end of the season.
So
not everyone can win every week. So,
but I think they'll just scrape through. But it was a big missed opportunity. Like they could have really gone for that fourth spot.
Really
I just think that's missed at the moment. So, I mean, GWS this week's not an easy game, even though you should win it. It's just not going to be. I don't think they're as bad as a lot of the teams that So
it won't be the normal Crows 40, 50 point win at home. I think it'll be a lot closer, about a 20-pointer.
Yeah. So I mean, So, but in the chat we got KP going super after training is wild. Stringer overrated. Yeah, it could be. You should hear what John said to Rooney. What does that mean? What did you say to Rooney? What'd you say?
I can't remember. I got a pretty bad memory.
Steve Salakas goes Essendon dark horse to make finals. Yeah, that's what we reckon, man. 100%. 100%. Well, how about Essendon, guys? Essendon, I think, are a dark horse, and I think definitely making finals. Definitely.
If they can keep that intensity in the way they play and their ball skills up like that, not only can they going to make the finals, they're going to make some big upsets in the finals.
That's right.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
And it's got to be big credit to the coach. Like he is coaching them like so well. So what a difference.
I think Essendon are a younger team than the Crows.
Yeah.
So,
and what a difference he's made to that side, the coach. So he's got a lot of. I'm not going to say coach of the year, but he's right up. He's in like the top 3 new coaches for a new team. He's doing really well.
What? Who?
Scott.
Oh yeah, Scott's great. Yeah. Well, the Crows. We'll see what happens this week. But look, next game was the Port game. Port versus Gold Coast. I did attend this one. It was Port Adelaide 16-10, 106 to 11-7, 73, 33-point winners. I was there like the first half. I mean, you got Gold Coast was slammed in the media the other week, and they're always going to come out and fire up. They've got some gun players. You get Tuke Miller back in as well. He played a really good first half, and they just took us by surprise. We were a bit flat in that first half, and then we went smack 9-1 in that third quarter. Pretty much game over, and did what we had to do. Some awesome goals. I think Rosie was influential in that game, and we just did what we had to do. But obviously the whole that game brought Stewie Jew's tenure at Gold Coast to an end, which is sad. We talked about it before. But look, Noah Anderson for Gold Coast is really good at 29. Rosie had 28. He was really good. Butters, quiet night for him, but he had 22 disposals. Still was influential. There was one point where he was running down the wing and he had the ball. And I'm like, this is going to be goal of the year if he scores this, but he missed. But yeah, when he does that, he's exciting. Dan Houston had 22, still solid down back. He actually scored another bomb from outside 50 in that third quarter. So he knows how to kick him from outside 50. Travis Spoke was all right. Took Miller had 20. He was really good in that first half. Really good. Kane Farrell was great. Finlayson had 3 goals. He's just doing what he does. I just love what we can do. Like when the chips are down, we just can go into that next gear and and that's what good sides do, man. They just find that extra gear and go for it. So yeah.
Did we see goal of the year by Rosie?
I don't know. To me, goal of the year for me is Houston last week after the siren. Just in the context of the game. But yeah, that goal was amazing too. So
that was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing too. But look, what can you say? It was a good performance. Elliott's goal was good. Steve saying Elliott's goal. Yeah, that was good too. There's a lot of good goals, man. It's hard to say, but for me, like, because I'm biased, I'm Port supporter. I'm going for Houston. Like that goal to win the game in the wet, just unreal. So,
So they've managed to put on like a 7-1 quarter, and now they've done a 9-1 quarter. That's pretty impressive. If you put like 4 of those quarters together and you're kicking 5 and 5 and 5 or 7, whatever, mate, you're putting on a big score.
Well, we did that.
So
we did that on the first quarter against Hawthorn. We did 9 goals straight as well.
yeah.
So definitely got firepower up there. And yeah, it's good to see Rioli back as well. Even though he's going to be missing this week, but yeah, good to see him back. Yeah, 13 in a row. What can I say, guys? We're just chugging along, and got a few really, really tough games coming up. You know, you've got the Blues, and you got Collingwood, and then the showdown. So yeah, no rest for us coming up, but yeah, it's exciting times.
They're not scared. Yeah. They're not scared to run it. They're not scared to throw it around. They're not scared to go up the middle. So whether that undoes them sometimes against the really good sides, I don't know. But yeah, you've got a really good style of footy at the moment.
Yeah. So no, I'm really happy the way they're going, and yeah, it was just did what we had to do, you know. So and yeah, but Johnny G, did you watch this game? I know you had some money on it, so.
No, I didn't watch. I was out for dinner, but I needed Port to win just so I can finish my multi off. They did give me a scare when I checked at halftime when I went to the toilet during dinner, and I seen they were losing at halftime. I'm like, no way, you know, this is of course what Port Adelaide will do to me because they hate me so much. They'll lose so I could lose my bet. So, but look, I rechecked it about an hour or so later, and looks like Port pulled their finger out and woke up a bit and got the win. But you know, without watching the game, it looks like you know, a pretty you know, routine win for Port. If I must say, I probably wouldn't say that they were outstanding going by the scoreline or something like that, but. Yeah, just like Chris said, they're plugging along and they're chugging along great. Obviously, they want to keep this momentum going all the way to the finals. It is quite a long run. I have mentioned before, have they peaked too early? But is there such a thing as peaking too early? I'm not too sure. So, no, look, congratulations to Port. They are the most informed team in the comp right now. And, yeah, they're definitely either going to finish first or second.
Yeah, no, they're going well, and no, it was good to see, man. Good to see. Hold on, guys. Okay, take it. Sorry.
It's Chainsaw.
It's Chainsaw.
Sorry, guys. What were we saying? So yeah. So sorry about that, guys. I've got the kids here. They're in bed, and I've got no one else.
Okay, you're a family guy.
top 1 and 2. What top 1 and 2 for Port was just finishing off. So.
Oh yeah. So yeah, look, it's still 7 games to go. Anything can happen. Definitely playing finals. I think 14 wins is definitely finals. I think we can finish top 2 if we just keep rolling, but 13 wins in a row. You know, if you asked me in the start of the season, I would have gone, what? No way. So, no, really proud of the boys, and yeah, big clash this week on Saturday against the Blues. So, really looking forward to it.
I'll be there. I'll be there at Marvel.
Yeah. So, yeah, not much else to say really. I'll just say something about Gold Coast. Casbolt had 4 goals. He was really good. He was really good for him. So.
Yeah, right.
Which scarf do I wear, Johnny G?
I don't know. Who's your allegiance with, man? I thought you would take a Carlton scarf with you, really.
I probably will, but I'll secretly be singing the song after the game. So
maybe he'll be clapping when Port win. He's like, they're looking at him and they start bashing him.
Yeah. What are you singing the song for?
Jeez.
It's a game you can't really lose, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like I could wear a port cap and a Carlton scarf. That'd throw the cat amongst the pigeons. So
you probably get bashed from both sides.
I probably would. Yeah, exactly.
Steve reckons no goal after the siren has win, maybe blight. Okay. We're talking about the goal after the siren. Maybe, yeah, you're probably right, Steve. I don't know. Anyway.
The blight goal.
Anyway, Port is flying. Gold Coast, who knows where they're going. I think Gold Coast do not make finals at all. And Port, as I said.
Rebuild again.
Rebuild.
Right,
they didn't finish the last rebuild.
Since we're talking about Carlton versus Freo, it was the last game of the round. We will cover this one because the King of the North.
The King of the North
is a Carlton supporter. So they did
That's
get
right,
the chocolates. It was 6 goals, 9.45 to 14.98. Are the Blues back? Is the real question.
Every week, every week, every win, they're back, baby. They're coming in the finals. They're going to win the comp. So
Is that right? Is that right?
Really. But no, I watched the game, and it was a good performance. First quarter, they blew Freo away in the first quarter and pretty much wrapped it up. It was 29 to 2 or something in the first quarter. So they really kicked away strong. They let Freo get back into the game. Second quarter and third quarter was okay, but then they kicked away at the end. So. Just too good for Freo, and it was very strange to see them get them so easy over in Perth as well. So normally Freo play really well, but they would just have to give them credit. Their defence and their pressure was really, really good this game. So they were tackling hard, they were chasing, they were doing all the right things. I still have concerns about their kicking, whether they can kick straight, but. They did enough to get away with it. So,
you know what's a damning stat that I've got here? So, the hitouts, who would have been was it Darcy? So they won the hitouts Freo 70 to 18, and got absolutely smashed in the clearance. How does a ruck win so many taps, yet still they lose
the game
clearances? How does that work?
That's pretty.
Their midfield's just crap, obviously.
That's an amazing stat, man. I've never heard of that before.
70 to 18, yeah, unbelievable.
Darcy's just knocking it down the Carlton player's throat.
Just the Carlton all the time, yeah.
Well, or just maybe they just the midfield. Freo's midfield is not good because they only got 42 entries, and Carlton got 60 entries. The free kicks were the same, basically. Carlton pretty much won every stat, bar that stat.
Exactly, Steve. No connection with the mids.
No connection.
So they're just not. Yeah.
So.
But you see it a lot. There was another game we watched. I don't know whether it was the Crows game where they were winning the clearances, but he was just tapping it to nobody, or he was tapping it to the opposition all the time. So
yeah,
your midfield isn't getting around your ruckman. So yeah, it's a weird one.
But so it's a weird one. But good to see a lot of goal scorers for different goal scorers for Carlton. You had Chera got on there, Fogarty, Cottrell, Doherty had one. Kennedy's injured actually, so I'm not sure if he's coming back. I'm not sure what happened to him. Do you have any word on Kennedy?
Knee. I think it might have been a knee for him.
Kerno had 3 goals. McKay 3 goals. So I saw him kick
Harry
one.
Kicked 3.
Yeah,
go Harry.
Yeah. So, and Owies had 2 as well. So, good to see them hitting the scoreboard. But for disposals, Ryan. I mean, Brayshaw and Bryan for Freo had the most disposals, 35 and 32. Walsh had 32, Cripps had 39, Doherty 28, and Chera had 27. Probably best on ground was Chera. Sarong had 24. Bit of a quiet one for him. But look, it looks like the Blues. The Blues are, it's definitely a good spread, Brooke. Definitely a good spread. But yeah, they're a funny team. Like, to play them now in the form they're playing, like, it's they're going to be gunning. Like, they're only a game out of the 8. Who would have thought that 3 weeks ago? You know, that they could make the finals now. So, you know, I'm, as a Port supporter, I'm not optimistic about this weekend. Like, playing Carlton at Marvel Stadium, I know we play well there, but they're going to want to play well because they want to make finals and they want to, you know, they want to resurrect this season. So it's still a look. I'm not saying 50-50, but like, it's a game that could go either way, really. If they bring if we're off a little bit and they're on, you just don't know. So yeah, definitely a danger game for us. They're definitely in good form at the moment. So credit to Vossi for getting them up and about. They looked terrible, what 5-6 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? So to get them where they are now, credit to him. And I'm glad that no one made any rash decisions on Vossi to sack him or anything like that, because, you know, I think you've got to just give him the time. So, and, you know, he's got a good list. Like, we've always said all year that, you know, Carlton do have a good list. It's just it's not connecting. So now that it's connecting, they're winning a lot of contested ball. They're dishing. There's runners dishing out to Walsh. Sard's playing his running game. It's all kind of coming together a little bit. So do they continue on from here? I don't know. I don't know if they're good enough to make finals. But look, I dare say they're going to give it a crack. So they got some tough games coming up. Port, obviously, and then they got Collingwood. Oh. And they got Port. Then I can't remember who they got. Oh no, I think they got Port. Then they got the Eagles. So they should win that one. And then they got Collingwood. So I think the Port and the Collingwood game, I think for them to make finals, one of those games they're going to have to win. I think that's what Steve said as well. So
yeah.
G'day,
Brooke. Welcome to the chat.
Yeah. So as for Freo, to lose like that at home is despicable. So I don't know what you can say about Freo. Just don't know. Like, how could they win last year? How could they win a final last year and then, you know? So anyway, what do you guys reckon? Carlton, Johnny G, any words?
Season's back on for Carlton. Season over for Freo.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. I don't know whether Carlton can. I don't know whether they've left their run too late and they're just going to miss out. If they can, like you say, they've got to win the next 2 or 3 to be able to fall in there. But yeah, they may have blown it from a few stupid losses.
I can
previously.
see a similar situation for last year, how they missed out by a kick. And it might go down to the last round again for Carlton, and they might miss out.
That's right.
They'll probably miss out by percentage, really. So,
but Freo just terrible. So I just not making the 8, and another ridiculous year for Freo. So
yeah.
I'm going to say both teams no for now, but more optimistic for Carlton right now.
Yep.
If Carlton can beat, as I said, either if they beat us this week or beat Collingwood, just one of those, because they're going to beat West Coast, they definitely can make it. So I'm going to say no.
If they beat Port, that will springboard them confidence of a massive run home. So that'll be huge for Carlton if they beat Port.
Yeah, and it's
that draw might do it, Steve. The draw that in round 1 might be the clincher that they miss out by. So that 2 points
It might be the clincher for them to get in. So
It might be. Imagine 2 points. So, yeah.
That draw, yeah. How many draws did they have? They had one draw, the first
just
one.
one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah, against Richmond.
2 draws this year, I think.
Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting, and it's good. Look, at the end of the day, it's good to see Carlton playing well. It's good to see them playing well, and it's good for Vossi as well. I do like Vossi, and I'm glad that it's starting to work out for him. I'm glad that it's starting to work out for him because, it looked really dire in that mid, round 4 to 12 was it? It was really didn't look great.
They lost 5 in a row, didn't they? Was it 5 in a row?
7 in a row or something. It was 7.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy T reckons Blues won't make it. So Blues won't make it. Jimmy T reckons Blues won't make it. So, but he is a Coast supporter. So.
Where is the thumb?
The thumb.
Where is the
thumb? Anyway,
that's his name. That's the thumb. Is the thumb.
Where's the thumb? Instead of Jimmy T, just thumb. But
we need an emoji of a thumb for him.
We do. Crows needs at least 5 to 8 to secure the top 8. Yeah.
It's going to be tight, man. There's so many teams that can make that 8. It's just
so many
right now.
Yeah.
I reckon this is like the best. I reckon the 8 that's going to finish is going to be one of the best 8s because there's a lot of good teams in there, eh?
Heaps of good teams.
There's a lot of good teams. I think the only we're talking about them in a second, but I think St Kilda's the only one in there that I fear for the most. But
yeah, 100%.
But look, Freo are shit. They're not going anywhere, and I still can't believe they beat Essendon 3-4 weeks ago. Still baffles me. But Freo, hopefully they can regroup and come back next year, because they're not going anywhere this year. Agree, Chris. Thanks, man. All right, well, there are 3 teams. We've talked about them. Let's get the rest of the round done. So Richmond versus the Sydney Swans was the next one. It was Thursday night. Did we do a watch? No, we didn't do a watch long. I did watch this game. I was pretty sick that night. 12 goals, 16 to 88. 12 goals, 16 to 88 to 11, 9, 75. Richmond.
What a weird game. It was the weirdest game.
I actually thought it was entertaining, this one.
Martin and Bolton had really big games.
Martin was back to his best, especially in that second half. He was hitting targets like he used to hit them back when they were in that premiership window, And I was like, yes, he's back, and just everything. Yeah, they just looked like the old Richmond, especially in that second half. And all credit to them because Sydney were pretty much up all game, really, and then they just capitulated. So. But no, I think Richmond are a good team, man. They're a good team, and they're another dark horse that who knows if they start to play. Who knows, man? Richmond are a tough team too. So but Sydney are the worst, probably one of the worst grand finals from a team that went from a grand final to where they are now is shocking. So, but what's your thoughts, guys?
I think both teams still miss out. Just too inconsistent, both of them.
Yeah, I think Richmond,
the draw against Geelong's going to hurt them as well because they had the draw last week, I think it was, with Geelong, so that's not going to help them either.
Yeah. Well, Richmond,
but they're just not good enough. Sydney's just not good enough against the really good sides.
It's just hard to believe they were in the. It's hard to believe that they were in the grand final last year. It's hard to believe. So,
yeah.
But they were. But I don't think they're making finals. Sydney are finished. I think Richmond can make it though.
Franklin's offering nothing every game. So yeah.
He actually had one of his better games this week, but you're right. He's had a shock.
You look at the other games, and he's just invisible out there.
Well,
so.
He should retire after this season. Really.
Well, that's
he's got his 10 mil, so he should be right.
That's his last game. That's his last game at That's
The
his
G,
last
isn't it?
at the G, yeah. So you won't probably see him again at the G. And I've seen him kick amazing goals and do amazing things on that MCG. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's sad, but all good things have to finish, unfortunately. But yeah, Shea Bolton had 31 touches. I mean, I think that's his best game he's ever had. So he was really good. Taranto 29, Martin had 29, as I said, back to his best. For Sydney, Goulden had 31, Florent 30. So the lizard had 20. The lizard, the bloody
You love
lizard.
the
Lizard.
I love the lizard, man. The lizard's
And
wild.
KP's booing Franklin as well. Good on you,
And
KP. That's the way.
what do you guys think of
Apparently that's racist to boo Franklin.
Apparently, you can do it to the white fellas, but you can't do it to the
You can't
other
do it,
fellas.
Franklin, man. It's
Can't do it.
racist, man.
What do you guys think of Nankervis? He apparently sniped some guy. He took
Yeah,
out
Lloyd, my
took
player,
out, yeah.
man.
He took him out. He's out for 3 weeks. Do you think
3 weeks he got for that? Did he? Yeah, it was a pretty bad. It was a pretty bad hit.
It was unnecessary, man. He got rid of the ball. You know, he was way out of time, and he just took him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
And he did he knock him out as well?
Yeah, well, sort of.
Yeah.
Just is the ruckman, and Lloyd's like a tiny backman. You know what I mean? He just cleaned him up. So
yeah.
Well, yeah,
3 weeks, well deserved 3 weeks.
Well, that's gonna impact Richmond as well, not having their number one ruckman. So,
their captain too.
Their captain as well. So, so Jimmy T, we're just saying that Franklin should fall on his sword. I boo. Yeah, when we saw it, was me booing. They said it was it was fine. That's what KP reckons. So, yeah. No, it definitely wasn't fine.
That's the biased commentators. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, Richmond and Sydney, they're not making finals. I pretty much think that. So is that the same with you guys?
Yeah, I don't think neither of them are making it this year.
No.
All right. The next game
they'll finish ninth. They'll probably finish ninth again, Richmond. There we go. So
that's Carlton's spot.
That's right. Equal ninth.
Anyway, next game, guys, Western Bulldogs versus Collingwood. It was a Friday night blockbuster at Marvel Stadium. 11-11-77 to the Dogs, 13-11-89 to the Pies. Me and the King of the North.
What a game. What a blockbuster this was.
King of the North. We watched this together, and just watching Collingwood in that third quarter, it was like, holy shit! This team, when they turn it on, it was like watching Port in that third quarter against Gold Coast. But they are just like fast, especially they looked really fast on the Marvel deck, and Western Bulldogs, they played a good game, and
they did,
and they just could not stop Collingwood. Like they just could not stop Dacos. Dacos is a generational player that we haven't seen for a long time, and the way he just took that game by the scruff of the fucking neck and asserted himself in that midfield was unbelievable.
It's early to say, but I really see shades of Gary Ablett Jr. in Nick Dacos. I know it's a big call, but the way I see him evade players and just run past players and kick goals as well.
Yeah, he's amazing, man.
He's one of the closest players I've seen to Gary Ablett Jr. so far, but he's still early on in his career. He's still got a lot to prove. But
do you know if he wins the Brownlow this year, he's the least paid Brownlow medalist ever, because he's only on a 2-year, he's only second year, so he's only getting paid $250,000 for the year, dude.
Wow.
Like this kid is gonna after this year when he negotiates his new contract, because I think it's a 2-year deal you get, and then you negotiate for your next one. Dude, he's gonna be $1 million player. This kid at 20 years old.
35 games. 35 games he's played.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Collingwood got to work with their salary cap to fit that in. Obviously, he might take a little bit less just because he's a loyal Collingwood boy, maybe. But he will deserve a big package. He's just one of the elites of the AFL.
Well, they're doing a new bargaining agreement at the AFL, so they're going to get more of the pie of the revenue that AFL makes. So he's gonna be making good money, man. For a third-year player, he's gonna be on like big money. So, and he's only like as I said, man, the kid. I don't know. There's something about the way he plays, and he just finds targets in that. He can. It's like he sees it before it happens, and I don't know. He's unreal, and like
You can't catch him.
you can't tackle him. You can't catch him. You can't tackle him. How do you stop Nick Dacos, man? How do you stop him? You know, like even when the Crows, you guys nearly beat them. He still was that influential in that game, you know? I can't remember anyone stopping him. Who stopped him? No one stopped him.
Well, Ben Keys tagged him that game, and he still got 30 touches.
Yeah, exactly. And Ben Keys is an elite runner. So, I just think, he's unreal. He's unreal.
And Collingwood aren't used to marvel, so it took them a bit of a while to get in the first and second quarter. It took them a little while to get into the rhythm, and Bulldogs were they know that ground very well. It's their home ground, so they were really good in that first half. But once Collingwood got into that top gear, far out, it was impressive to see.
Has anyone won a Norm Smith, a premiership, and a Brownlow in the same year?
Did Dusty Martin do it?
I'm not sure.
Dusty Martin might have done it, but I mean, he's better now. I reckon the way he plays. Dusty was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I reckon he's like nearly surpassing how good Dusty was in his day. You know, and he's only 19 years old, man. That's the scary thing. He's only 19. Dusty took
2017. Dusty, don't let me say.
What's that?
Yeah, 2017.
Dusty.
Yeah, there you go.
Apparently,
I think Dusty took a few years to get to that level. He's at the level now. Like
man.
He just started. Like this is what I'm trying to say. Like, and it's unreal. So
he can also play back, midfield, and forward. You can put him anywhere.
You can. And like, I just think Collingwood have just got so many weapons they can choose from. They've got such good depth in their list. They're primed for a big, massive tilt this year and for fucking years to come, man. Because,
without a key forward, really. Like,
without a key forward, I mean, they got Cox, but he's not really a key forward, is he?
And what's that other bloke? Mychek, but he's not really. Mychek's not really.
Well, they had Mychek out for this game, and they had the guy down the back. What's his name? Maynard. They had Maynard was out as well. So you know they won without them as well. So they could kick goals. Bobby Hill was kicking them. They're just a good team, man, and they're going to be hard to beat. I thought you know Western Bulldogs tried their hardest. They just weren't good enough. They're just not good. They're just not as good as them. That's all. It's not that they didn't play well. They're just not Collingwood. They're just not Collingwood. Waitman had a good game. So Ash Johnson, he scored a lot of goals. Bailey Smith was Hess. I reckon that was his worst game he's played. I mean, what was his numbers, man? Bailey Smith was fucking terrible, man.
They've moved him to the forward line, do you know what I mean? I don't think he plays his best footy there.
Yeah, but Bailey Smith, you know, he got 11 touches, man. No impact on the game for the whole game, you know. Jamie Elliott, how good was he? Every time the ball went to Jamie Elliott, you always thought he was going to mark it. And every time he went to kick a goal, you thought he was going to kick a goal. 4 goals, 2 he scored. Yep. You know, he's just a gun. You know who I'm really impressed with? He didn't have much of the ball, but Billy Frampton does the 1%ers. I know you weren't happy with him at Crows, but he gets in there, man, and he does stuff that, you know, helps the team out.
I reckon if you put Jonas in the Collingwood team right now, you'd be saying exactly the same thing.
Maybe. maybe. But Wayman had to. He was also. Oh, look, for the Bulldogs, Ugle Hagen. He had a good game. 2 goals, 3. He missed a few.
He's improved. Improved a lot in the last few weeks.
Ugle Hagen. He was great, man. But good to see DeGoey back as well after his 3 weeks suspension. Fits in really nice, and mate, another. And also their backman Quainer. He's a gun.
John Noble's a gun. Darcy Moore's a gun.
Mate, they got guns everywhere. I mean, I reckon Tom Mitchell, Brownlow medalist. I reckon he's the weakest link in the whole team, and he's a good player. Do you know what I mean?
He just gets the hard ball and handballs it to Dacos's.
That's it, man. And then you got the other Dacos. That's 24 touches, in the goal. Pendlebury. I'm going to mention this quickly before we go to the next one. Pendlebury eclipsed the most disposals forever. So he's on 9,657 disposals. Beats Robert Harvey at 9,656. So congratulations to Pendles. He's a gun player. He's been playing for a long time. And,
I didn't realise he was 35 now. So time's really gone.
Yeah. So and he hasn't slowed down, man. So Tom Mitchell
still finds the space.
Camera comes on Bailey. He played with his hair. Yeah, he does. He does play with his hair. Scotty is a champion. Well done. Yeah, he is a champ. 100%. But Tom Mitchell, lamest Brownlow ever. That's what KP reckons. Anyway, for me, Collingwood are making the grand final. They're going all the way. And Bulldogs, I think they're going to make finals still. I still think they're a good team. Whether they make the 4 or around the 56 mark is my prediction.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I agree.
Yep, both making finals.
All right, next game was on Saturday, Brisbane versus West Coast. They had
just a formality. This one,
16 goals, 20, 116 to 5 goals, 535. Formality. Good to see Gunston back with some good form. They brought him back in for this one, which was a smart move. And
kick 6, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. So,
look at those behinds. Look how many behinds. Unbelievable. It was like a Carlton behinds. That one, 16-20.
I mean, look, formality win for Brisbane, trucking along to top 4, and West Coast just wish this season could finish right now. So that's about it. You're
just working on your percentage, really, playing West Coast, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
going to be interesting this week how Brisbane go against Melbourne at the MCG. So it's going to be very interesting. But
I think it'll be a good game.
But we'll see how we go on that one. Look, we'll skip. We won't go too in depth in that one because might get DT23 might get upset. But next one was GWS versus the Hawks. Pretty close game. 12 goals, 13.85 to 10 goals, 12.72. The GWS do get the chocolates. I did watch the highlights of this game. It was a bit of flowing in between. It was Hawks would get the advantage. Then the momentum shift to the GWS, and then it was just like that all day. It was pretty much a seesawing game. But at the end, GWS did what they had to do.
Caniglia, I think, had a good game. But look, Hawthorn are very young. They're transitioning pretty well. I think this year they got some good young talent for next season to kick on with. And look, GWS are making a charge for the finals now. So I think things are looking up for both teams, if you can say that, even though they're in the bottom half of the table.
Yeah, much better performance by Hawthorn compared to the week before. The week before was just really poor by Hawthorn, but they actually turned it around and put a good effort on. So that was good to see.
Yeah, Wingard came back to that one. He scored 2 goals. About
time he bloody did something over there.
Yeah, when's Sicily coming back? That's going to be big.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah, he's done his 3 weeks.
So that's going to be a big in for them coming in. And GWS I mean, can they take on the Crows and really try and get into the finals? I mean, that'll be a massive loss if the Crows lost that one, but they've got the players and they've got some good youngsters coming through. If the Green boys can, you just don't know what's going to happen, man. You just don't know, but it's going to be an interesting game. Definitely interesting game, but yeah. Do these guys make? Do you reckon these GWS make finals?
Nah, not for me.
No.
I don't reckon either, but good to see them.
But they're both teams are in a sort of transition thing at the moment.
Yeah. You got to be on your best to play them. I think, especially GWS. If you have your off day, they could get you.
No pushovers. They're no West Coast. That's for sure.
KP reckons Crows will beat GWS by 112 points, and Don't Hate Me reckons that's conservative. Okay, but they only look up because how low the table they are. Wingard lame, KP reckons. How does West Coast coach keep his job after getting smashed every game? It's true.
He might lose his job at the end of the year.
Because West Coast have to pay him. They're waiting for him to leave. He has to go, Jimmy T. Oh, my God.
It's a tight ship over there in WA, so, yeah.
All right, next
they're
game.
a tight-knit group over there.
Next game is the Saints versus the D's. This was on Saturday night. It was a pretty low-scoring game. 8 goals, 10-58. The Saints to 12 goals, 7-79. Melbourne.
Boring St Kilda.
You got to think about it, man. St Kilda lost 3 of their fucking players. Who was it? In that game. So
in the first quarter.
Max King was one of them, I reckon.
Look, they lost Seb Ross, Zach Cordy, and Max King. That's to lose 3 of their players and only get beaten by 21 points. Does it say more about Melbourne or where they're at, or does it say St Kilda are really bad? What does it say? This is what I'm trying to figure out, because is Melbourne a superstar? Is Melbourne a top 4 side? I
think Melbourne is going to be a top 4 side, just because the other teams in the bottom 5 to 12 are just killing each other every week. You know what I mean? One's beating the other, and they're gonna get top 4 by default, really. But I do think Melbourne aren't flag worthy this year, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, they put Petrarca up forward. He scored 4 goals, and so it's good to see him scoring. He had 20 touches, and yeah. But other than that, it was a pretty seesawing affair till the end, and yeah, I don't think Melbourne are the real deal. I just don't think. I know there's a lot of people on the radio saying that Melbourne, we shouldn't be writing them off. I just don't think the 2 ruckman is working. I just don't think it's as good as everyone think it is. And
maybe when they get Oliver back, it'll be different.
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, yeah, I just don't know. Max Gawn and Grundy are not playing like the best I've ever seen them play. So, but yeah, I don't know what to say, man, about Melbourne. I don't know where. I just don't know where. This week on Friday against Brisbane's going to tell us where they are. So,
yeah.
But I think Saints are going to drop out of the 8. Personally, yeah. I think these latest injuries that they've got, especially Max King, is a huge one. It's sort of, for me, it's like a nail on the head.
Jimmy T thinks they're going to drop out as well. I agree with that. So yeah, they'll fall away.
They've got a lot of average players. The Saints, they haven't got many superstar, very average ball using players. So, do you know what I mean? They've got that guy Owens in the front. I reckon he's their best player, and he's the youngest player. So, I mean, he's still developing, but once he gets better, it'll be good. But yeah, they haven't got.
They've definitely overperformed.
Yeah,
a lot of people say the worst midfield in the top 12 teams or something like that.
Yeah. But you got to remember, like in the start of the season, we were saying St Kilda are Hess. Like, there's no way. And what you got to give Ross Lyon credit for what he's done with the least he's got. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he's done well.
he's done well for what he's done. So to be still in the top 8 and potentially going to play finals is a credit to Ross Lyon. So they had Butler. Saints should have gone with an attacking mindset coach, Lyon, living in dark ages. Oh, look, I still think that you can still play that defensive mode the way they play it because they're in the 8, man. So it does work, but I think you need a bit of attacking as well. You need a good balance. That's what you need. So
he got Fremantle to the finals, to a grand final. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Brooke reckons Philippou is going to be good. Yeah, he is. He looks good. Does look good.
He will, but what more can you ask from a first-year player? You know what I mean? He's done well.
Yeah, that's right. But both making finals, guys, or what?
No.
No.
Oh no, Melbourne making finals. Saints, no.
I reckon
Melbourne, yes. St Kilda, no.
I think so too. I think St Kilda might drop out. Melbourne will play, but I don't think they make top 4 though. I think they're going to drop out of the top 4. That's my prediction. We'll see. All right,
7 games. 7 games to go is a lot of games.
It is.
What I mean?
The last game of the round was one I didn't watch. I did hear about it, but I didn't really watch it. It was at the Cattery, Geelong, 19-11, 125 to 9 goals, 963. Another formality at the Cattery, playing into some form. Geelong, could they be a dark horse? Do you think coming into the?
I think they're on the way down. I think they beat North Melbourne, who were easy beats, and I reckon the Cats are old, and they need to bleed some young cats into that squad.
Stengel had 5 goals too. Big Henry, Oliver Henry had 4 goals. Hawkins had 3. Close had 3. Larkey had 2, and David Uniacke had 2. So, just did what they had to do, didn't they? Hey, Andrico, how are ya? How are you, man? The Don.
The Drickster.
The Don. Yeah, Geelong. I think they can make finals, man. I think they can make it.
They definitely can, but
it depends. It depends on other teams, but yeah, I think they can. And North just has.
Yeah, Norfolk, yes.
They're gonna beat a few. They're gonna knock a few teams out in the finals. Geelong, but they won't make it all the way.
North of this. This is what North are. So yeah, that's what North are, guys. Anyway.
I can't see the graphic. We're not one of money.
Anyway, I just saw it. It just popped up. Anyway, guys, that was round 17. This is the ladder as it stands. You got Collingwood up the top. The mighty Port Adelaide are second. Third are Brisbane. Fourth are Melbourne. Fifth, Essendon goes up to fifth and knocked out the Crows. St Kilda, the sixth. Western Bulldogs, seventh. Eighth are Geelong. So Geelong are in the 8. Crows have gone down to 9th. That must hurt. GWS 10th. 11 are Carlton. Richmond are 12th. Gold Coast Suns are 13th. Freo are 14th. Sydney Swans are 15th. Hawthorn are 16th. 17th North Melbourne. And the West Coast Eagles are still down the bottom at 18th. Are we ever going to see a win from the West Coast or what?
They've already won the game, so they can take that one to the bank.
You don't want to be the team getting beaten at home. At their home.
I did have some news about there's a Rising Star nominee this week, and it was Seamus Mitchell from the Hawks. Apparently he had 20 disposals, 4 marks, 5 intercept possessions. Congratulations to Seamus.
Nice.
Well
done, Seamus.
Good first year, Seamus.
Yeah. The good old tipping comp. Let's see where we all sit on the tipping comp. All right.
Jeez, I'll be down the bottom there.
Well, look, Jimbo Limbo has gone to number 4, he's on 101 points. Dougie is on 100 on his tail. KP's gone to 6th. He was up the top before. He's gone down a little bit with 99 points. GT23 is up his clacker on 7th. The Jazzman's just behind him at 8th. You got me. I've gone up to 15th. Gone up to 15th. Oh,
Well done.
I think
Well
they've
done.
gone. I think they've done his Cobra's 2006. He's 11th. Yeah, but I went to 15th. The King of the North is 19th. That's a spot I've held for a while. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Team
I'll come with a late
Thos.
run.
Team Thos is down at 22, and then you got Dam's at 25. Just can't shake it at the moment. But that is your tipping comp, guys.
And Chunky's been removed. Has Chunky been removed?
Not yet. I have to remove. I'm just leaving him there, so then maybe he beats Dam, and I'll just laugh. So.
There you go.
Anyway, let's do our tipping, and then we can get out of here. So, all right.
Yeah.
So Thursday night is a big night. Not really, but it's the Swannies. Shit. How come you're not on the podcast? Footy's house. No, it's not, KP. I'm still coming first. You're not coming first. All right. So Swans versus Dogs.
I'm going for an upset with the Swannies.
Are they playing at Sydney?
Yeah.
No, I'm going with the Dogs.
I'm going Dogs by 23 points.
Well,
23. So
no, they've been beaten at home plenty of times.
Yeah. Next game is
A draw.
Is the D's versus the Lions. It is at the MCG. Do the Lions win at the MCG is the question.
Yeah, I'm picking Lions here. I think they're in a decent form.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lions as well. I think they can. I think Melbourne are not as good as we think they are, and I think the Lions will be just too strong for them.
I'll go Melbourne because the Lions can't win at home. Can't win away.
Yeah. All right, Maggie.
I'm not even going to mention anything.
Why?
I'll wait.
You'll wait. All right. This is going to be, I think, a bit of a bloodbath, but Collingwood versus the Dockers. Collingwood versus the Dockers at the MCG.
At the MCG. Wow.
I mean, who wins this
Collingwood
one?
win, but yeah, Collingwood win. Could be a bloodbath. It could be a bloodbath.
It could be. I mean, you got to remember
Collingwood
that.
for sure.
I think Sarong might be out. He took someone out in the Carlton. I don't know. I didn't see if he got off on it.
Yeah,
So.
I think he is out this week.
Yeah. So without Sarong, I mean, that's their best midfield. That's Freo's best midfield. So.
GT's loving the Dockers getting absolutely smashed.
WA footy has just gone to shit this year, hasn't it?
Hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, God, it's not like the glory days when we were there. So
No. So Collingwood for me.
they'll still be talking West Coast up on 6PR no matter what. So it's all good.
Steve reckons Pies by 39. Yeah, it sounds about right. All right, so Suns versus the Saints. This is going to be an interesting one because Suns have just lost. They've lost their coach. They've just lost their coach.
Yeah, I reckon they get the new coach smell and they win against the Saints.
Yeah, I think
Any predictions on who the coach will be?
I think Dimmer will be coach next year, but this year
This year.
Oh no! It's just the assistant coach, whoever that is.
The assistant will pop up. Yep.
Yeah. Suns by 4 points, Steve reckons.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Suns will win by about 10 to 12. So, yeah, that's what I reckon. So, Thanks for trolling us, man. The Philippines are trolling footy, saying that soccer's better.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
We don't go into the footy soccer thing and say the opposite.
Yeah.
So we're all picking Suns.
Yeah, I'm going Suns.
Yep.
All right, next game is the one that I'm really interested in. So it's the Blues versus Port Adelaide. I'm not too optimistic. Like it's going to be a tough game, but Port Adelaide 14 in a row. Bring it home, boys. We can do it. It's going to be tough though. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Port are going to beat Carlton probably by 30. So, yeah.
Maybe. Carlton by 9.
I think this is the game of the round, boys. It's going to be a cracker, and I think some of the cracks started to show in that Suns game, and Carlton are running home strong. And it's going to be a big, big win for Carlton. I'm talking 3-4 goals.
Nah.
Well, that'll be massive. If the crowd turn up on Saturday night, like if the Carlton crowd turn up,
I'm not having a dig at you, Chris. I just honestly think this could happen. Carlton.
But you've said that for the last 13 weeks. So
I'll go back on the videos. I've said Port are going to win this. I've tipped Port. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Why is Port? Like, everyone goes, "Oh, we're due for a loss." It's like, why? Why can't we be due for a win? Because we've been winning. Tarps need to come back, Chris. You reckon? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, geez, he's throwing the tarps out there now. Far out.
It's all right. I might get
not even don't have me throwing the tarps out.
You know,
you're getting tarps from another direction.
I've never heard the word tarp so much in a year. Being on this
mate,
podcast.
Every week we hear about the tarps.
It's funny. It's got. We don't say it. It's all the Crow supporters that say it. We never say it. And
I don't say it. I hear it all
I'm just saying, like everyone that says it are the Crow supporters. We don't even bring it up. So.
Yeah,
I get put in this tarps bubble. That's what happens.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, because we're the ones that used to have them, so why wouldn't we?
I wonder if you guys still got them, or you've chucked them.
I don't know.
Oh, they'll be down the back with the banner. The broken banner that we broke in Perth, Chris.
Did you guys break the banner?
We nearly did.
We actually took the banner out at Subi one game when we lived over there.
You got too excited and you ran out there before the boys ran out, and
we were holding the banner. So
you were holding the banner.
Oh yeah, we got to hold the banner one game. Yeah,
I wouldn't trust you to hold the banner, man.
So when you broke the banner, man. When you broke it,
we nearly broke it. It nearly fell over.
We would have been on national TV, and we would have been like, "Oh fuck."
I wouldn't have been surprised that these two guys broke the banner. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Look, I'm worried about this game. I'm definitely not 100%, but hopefully we can win. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I mean, we've gone this far out. Might as well keep winning. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fucking Carlton. They always get us. Like they're one of those bogey teams that just. But anyway.
Don't hate me on. I'll change my name to "Don't Hate Me" on Monday if we beat you.
Nah, it's all right.
It doesn't even really matter if Port loses this game. I still think they're finishing top 2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But it's just, the streak is so important, man. We just want the streak. We just want to keep going. You know?
Shut up! You're like a spoiled kid. Just take what you got.
It is.
We want the streak to continue, man. The streak is important. We don't want to lose to Carlton. Fucking hell! I'd rather lose to Collingwood than Carlton. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
You don't want Crows to end your streak. You know what I mean?
The Crows will 100%. They're the ones they're gonna end it. I hope not, but yeah, that's like it's one of those things, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
The next game is Cats versus Bombers. This is going to be a good game. This is down at the Cattery. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think the Bombers. I just like the way they're playing, and I think they're going to get. I think the Cats are going to get beaten.
Yeah, I reckon too, man. I reckon the Bombers are just going to be way too quick for the Cats, man. Way too quick. And yeah, they've already lost at the category before. That was the GWS. So recently,
Geelong.
so I think the Bombers can do the same thing.
Geelong by 29.
I am tipping tipping Geelong because I need to get off 19 spot. But yeah, Essendon are outstanding. But I'll stick with the home ground advantage for now. So let's see. I'll probably stupid mistake, but anyway, there we go.
What? When Port wins, it's Port Power. When they lose, it's Port Adelaide. I don't get that. What? Port fans did choose a name. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Geelong are Hess. That's another thing. Anyway, I'm going Essendon.
Geelong
Next
by
one.
29 from Steve.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Crows, the Chardonnay apricot slicing people that just love to, go to nursing homes and enjoy life. Applying,
Chardonnay apricot slicing.
yeah, because they're all having their apricot slices.
Nursing home loving.
Oh
What?
yeah, they're from
Where'd you pull this one from?
Have you been to a Crows game? They all rock up in a big bus, all on the frames, like walking in. Hey, I got my ticket. Oh, where's my apricot slice? Yeah, So yeah,
Slice.
Hearing this bloke?
Hey man, they're giving me shit. I'm gonna give shit back.
Hey, what's wrong with apricot slice? By the way, it's wild.
It's just
How come you don't have vanilla slice over there? What's going on in Adelaide?
Huh?
Because we're poshy, we've got apricot slice.
Oh, you got the apricots instead. Bloody hell, there we go. I've never heard of apricot slice.
They're knitting needles, yeah. They're all knitting. And they clap at everything. Even if someone takes a mark in the back, it's like
At least the old ladies are loyal, mate. They go rain and shine, mate. They go rain and shine.
Oh god! All right, so who I'm going? You can't say the Crows. I think the Crows at home. Can't go against the Crows at home.
Crows at home.
Let's go the Crows at home. If they lose at home, lose this game, are you saying that they're done for the year?
Yeah, I think if we lose this one, we can kiss finals goodbye.
Yeah.
If you lose this one, it's over. But I don't think you lose this one. So, apricot slices are not wild. Vanilla slice, man, that's a different story. Anyway,
vanilla slice, I know.
I think most slices are pretty nice. Lemon slice is killer.
Lemon slice is amazing. Yeah.
Most slices are very nice. So it's hard to get a slice.
I'll have to give this apricot slice a go when I come back to Adelaide.
They only sell them in Adelaide and only at the Crows games.
That's right. Oh, do I have to go to a Crows game?
You have to get a Crows game. Get apricot slice.
Okay.
They have it on special, man. You better get one pretty cheap.
Port, you can only buy cigarettes at Port games.
Cigarettes. Yeah, 100%. That's all you can buy there. You know what, man? Everyone says I was so feral. There's you come to our game, everyone's got their teeth. I've got my teeth, so.
You got to be down the other end.
To be fair,
not your end. Not your end where you sit, Chris. Down the other end is where all the feral Port supporters are. Remember?
Where?
On the grass area.
Where?
Down the other end.
The grassy knoll.
You're not
the grassy knoll.
Fan,
yeah.
Chris. What am I then?
You're not a Port Adelaide fan, Chris.
What am I? Yeah, so I'm still Port Adelaide. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you want to start this argument now? Let's not start this argument, man, because
it's a bit Adelaide-centric in here now. So
who's questioning this? I can't see the chat.
KP's throwing
where
grenade.
You're from, mate. You're not from fucking Manchester United. You don't live in Manchester. You still go for Manchester. Do you live in Manchester? No, you don't. It's the same fucking thing.
But you have traded Adelaide by going Port Adelaide.
I never was Adelaide. And KP knows that. He's just throwing the pot. Need some more Port Adelaide people in here, man.
You left us to go to Port Adelaide, man.
I'm not talking about the teeth. It doesn't apply to you. Why? I'm a Port supporter.
There is so many Adelaide supporters in this chat. It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
funny.
I'm
It's like an Adelaide. It's like a
Yeah,
Crows
well,
chat
I
session.
went to the Port Canal shopping centre the other day, and I was like, there's people, just normal people here. Where's people without teeth there? There's people with teeth. So.
Just quickly, when the showdown's coming up, we're doing a little shirt exchange for the loser for this one.
Oh my god! Shirt.
Remember, you nearly died last time, Johnny G, with your scarf.
What do you mean? I died last time. Remember?
You did.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I couldn't believe you did that, Chris. That still go down in history.
That was like this. I was like,
it was history here in the making.
All right, next game. Let's just go next game. All right, so North Melbourne versus the Hawks. This is like the cellar dwellers. You know, but I think the Hawks get the chocolates in this one. I think with Sicily back, I think they'll be too good.
Where's it played?
It doesn't really matter, does it? Where's it played?
It could be a Marvel again.
I think Tasmania Hawks, but at Marvel, I reckon
It's
North got a
at
crack.
Marvel. It's at Marvel.
I'm going to go North.
North? No, I'm going to go.
They got David Uniacke back.
Yeah, but they got Sicily back, man. So I'm going to go Hawks by 10 points. Steve's going for Hawks for 26.
Hawks for me too.
Draw. Whoever loses needs to buy a membership for the other team. No way! I'll fucking never buy a membership for the Crows. It's not draws.
Crows are way more expensive as well, so Chris will be up for some betting.
And he won't be able to get a seat because there's a waiting list. So
waiting list.
Is there a waiting list? Can you get a seat? You probably can't get two seats together.
I don't know. It's hard to get two seats together. You may get one seat, maybe.
Okay.
In the bleachers.
In the bleachers, right? Well, no, man.
You don't want to watch the Crows on the best of times, let alone in the bleachers. Far out.
Jeez. I love watching the footy from my couch, though. You know what I mean? It's the best spot.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
If Port loses, you have to make him wear a shirt saying "Tarps are back" on the stream. What's he gonna do then? He has to do a food challenge, an apricot slice food challenge, and eat like
That's easy. I'll do it. I'll do apricot slice.
I'll do that as well. Send me an apricot slice over. I'll do it too.
We're gonna find something worse. What do you hate?
No, I hate apricot slice.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Brooke went for Norwood. Now she goes for Port. Okay, see, there are some people that went for different teams. Yeah.
King of the North is a living proof of this.
Mate, look at me. I've got scarves for every occasion. Don't worry about that.
We can't do it. It doesn't work for Chris. It doesn't work for King of the North.
It doesn't work.
Anyway,
Mate, I'll wear anything.
It's win-win for him this weekend.
Last game of the round. The Hess Coast versus the Richmond Tigers down at Optus, and it's going to be a doozy of a game.
I'm going West Coast for an upset.
How much are West Coast winning by, GT? Give us a number.
Yeah, look,
come on.
They got Nav Curtis is out, so that's a big loss. They got no Tommy Lynch still.
Richmond by 49.
They've got some players back. West Coast got some players back as well. They only lost by 8 last week.
West Coast for an upset.
60. GT. West Coast by 60. There we go.
Coast by a point.
By a point.
You know what? I'll be so happy if West Coast wins, but I've got to go Richmond. I just can't. How can you tip them? I've got to go Richmond. I'm sorry, but
you can just tell West Coast are going to win one more game this year. It'll probably be against the Crows in the last round.
I'll be laughing so hard if that happened. Oh, jeez.
I'll boycott this show if that happens. I'm sick.
We won't see Johnny G back here ever again.
Suddenly I got gastro.
All right, so you're saying Eagles, Chris, King of the North.
No,
I'm saying no. Am I? Yeah, let's go the Eagles. Bugger it. I'll tip West Coast.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. Might as well go Eagles as well. Fire out.
West Coast by 12. 2 goals.
Cheers. Okay. Well, guys, look, that is the end of the show. It was a entertaining one. You guys not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm entertained.
We're always entertained.
We are entertaining, but look, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just before we go, make sure you guys check out our merch, hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au for all your HFD merch. The link is in the description below. But guys, look, good luck to all your teams this week. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck. Thanks for coming in, Steve. Don't at me.
Yeah,
Andreas,
thanks
Jimmy,
everyone for coming in. Jimmy,
GT,
Direct Chris always entertains me.
KP.
Steve, great show, guys. Thanks, Steve-O. GT23. We hope West Coast wins. We just hope they bring it home.
Brooke, thanks for coming.
Yeah, we've all
thank you
tipped
so
in
much.
GT.
Brooke's a legend. She's a poor supporter. I love her. And apparently Jimmy T reckons that the King of the North wears Crow's jocks. Is there any truth to that?
Do you want to see Jimmy T?
The King of the North.
Please don't. I actually want Port Adelaide jocks so I can do some big farts.
Good luck to the Crows. Stuff everyone else. KP, good luck. Let's not say that in this chat, please.
Good on you, KP. You're a legend.
Yeah, good on you, KP. See you on the EPL show.
Yeah. But guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We will be doing
gaming, yes. Right?
Gaming, yeah. So tomorrow night, gaming. Thursday night, we are having a night off. I think Thursday night off. I might do a watch along actually. We'll see how we go. Friday night is the big night, guys. We are doing the watch along for Hereditary. It's a horror movie, and KP is going to eat Vegemite on toast. So, and he hates it. So, guys, make sure you tune in on Friday. It hasn't been scheduled yet, but it will be. So make sure you guys hit the bell for all notifications so you know exactly when we go live. It's going to be a funny night. So come join us. Don't worry about the footy on Friday. This is where you're going to be on the HFD channel. This is where it's all going to be happening. Forget the footy.
I reckon KP has a nice butter and Vegemite toast, and he turns around and goes, "You know what? This is not bad.
This is all right." Yeah. Give me an apricot slice to finish it off.
You know what?
Apricot slice.
It's very possible. It's very possible this could happen.
It's paying about 10-1. There is a chance. There is a chance.
There is. But guys,
there we go. There's a chance as well. There's Adelaide sticking out again.
There's a chance.
Chance and pants.
There's a chance.
We'll see you guys during the week. Take care. Spiky hair. Go the power. And we'll see you next week. Stay hunky.
Go the Blues. Stay hunky.